Hello everyone. Today I'll be talking about the bidirectional mode of replication. Before we go in detail about the bidirectional mode of replication, I would like to tell you what is meant by replicon. The unit of DNA in which an individual act of replication occurs is called as a replicon. Means the DNA which actually involved in the process of replication, that is called as a replicon. A molecule of DNA which engage in replication has two types of region. Now, which are these two types of region? See, this is the molecule of DNA which is involved in the process of replication. Now here we can see two types of region. This is the region which actually involved in replication. Okay, you can very clearly see these two strands are separated from each other, and this will act as a template. Daughter strand will get synthesized. Even this will act as a template and the daughter strand will get synthesized over here. And this is the unreplicated DNA. This is also unreplicated DNA. So what I was telling you, that whenever a molecule of DNA engage in replication, it has two types of region. Now these two types of regions are unreplicated DNA, and replicated DNA. Now the replicated DNA, this region, it appears as a replication I. This portion is known as replication I, which is present within the non-replicated DNA. Okay. Now, the non-replicated region, it consists of parental duplex. This is nothing but the double-stranded DNA. Okay. And this parental duplex, it open into replicated region. It open into the replicated region where the synthesis of daughter strand takes place. Now this is nothing but the replication I. You can see this is the single stranded DNA which has acted as a template and the daughter strand is synthesized. Here also you can see the synthesis of daughter strand. So this portion is known as a replication I, whereas this is known as non-replicated DNA. But whenever we look at this replication I, we cannot point out, just by looking at the replication I, we cannot point out whether it is the bidirectional replication or it is unidirectional replication. If it is a bidirectional replication, then there would be two replication fork. This is the one replication fork which will move in this direction. This would be another replication fork which will move in this direction. Now this is the bidirectional replication where both the replication fork moves in the respective direction. If it would be unidirectional, if it would have been a unidirectional, then there would be only one starting point. From here, the replication fork will move further. So this is known as the unidirectional mode of replication. And here in case of unidirectional mode of replication, only one replication fork will move further. Whereas in bidirectional mode of replication, you will see two replication fork, one which will move in this direction and the second will move in this direction. The appearance of replication I, this is the replication I. It does not distinguish just between the unidirectional and bidirectional replication. That is what I said. Just by looking at this replication I, we cannot comment. This is the molecular structure of replication I. We cannot comment whether this is the unidirectional mode of replication or bidirectional mode of replication. Again, if this I is generated by unidirectional mode of replication, then it has the only one origin and only one moving replication fork. If the replication I get generated by bidirectional replication, then there would be formation of two replication forks. One which will move in this direction, second will move in this direction. In both cases, the progress of replication will continue. Here it will continue until the complete replication takes place. If it is bidirectional, this will move in this direction, whereas this will move in this direction, and whenever both of them will meet and the entire DNA get replicated, then the replication stops. In case of unidirectional, this will move in this direction, it will continue, and when it will come to this end, then only it will get stopped. So complete, ultimately, in both cases, it encompasses the whole replicon, means it will cover the entire DNA of that in particular DNA molecule. Whenever the replicon is circular, means when the DNA which involved in the replication is circular. Now you can see this is the if it is unidirectional, then it will move like this way and it will get ended when it will reach to this end. If it is bidirectional, the replication fork will move in this direction, another replication fork will move in this direction, and the complete synthesis takes place. But in between this process, whenever your DNA which is actually involved in the replication, when it is circular, then this forms the theta-like structure. You can see the theta appearance of theta structure uh, when the DNA replication is in the process. So this is known as the replicating theta structure, and this photograph is seen under the electron microscopy. So this is the replicating theta structure, means the replication is in process. You can see this is this and this, and this will progress in this direction, this will move in this direction, and in between it looks like a theta model. Thank you.